Despite the absence of key playmaker and captain, Mitchell Pearce, the Knights have pulled off an upset victory by toppling the Sea Eagles at Lottoland. Although the match itself was rather scrappy, the Novocastrians were no less impressive and gutsy, and we're good value for the 2 competition points. Here are 5 things we learned from the match tonight, with key playmaker and skipper Mitchell Pearce on the sidelines for possibly the remainder of the season. Most tipsters expected the Knights to fall short against the Sea Eagles. This is coupled with the fact that they have an abysmal record at Lottoland, having only won twice there. And it seemed that defeat was on the horizon, having trailed 6-4 at the break, and 10-4 early in the second half, as well as being dominated by the Sea Eagles, despite opening the scoring for the match. However, despite seeing minimal possession, the Novocastrians once again demonstrated their newfound confidence and tenacity to turn the game on its head, courtesy of a Slade Griffin try in the 58th minute. They would then unbelievably hit the front with 15 minutes remaining, through a Kensio penalty goal. The Sea Eagles would draw level through a Daly Cherry Evans penalty goal, before a converted Nathan Ross try in the 75th minute sealed a well-deserved victory. This shows that the Novocastrians are able to win without Pearce on the field. However, whether they are able to consistently do this remains to be seen. Although the Sea Eagles had conceded substantially fewer points than their previous 3 matches, suggesting an improvement in defense, the fact is that their attack failed to fire against a Knights team without its chief playmaker. The men from the Northern Beaches had gone into the halftime break, leading 6-4. They would extend that lead early in the second half to 10-4. In addition, the Sea Eagles had the Lions' share of possession, which was sufficient for them to post several more points to extend their lead. However, they were unable to do so through a succession of handling errors. As such, they were duly punished in the 65th minute, where the Knights were able to equalize through a converted try. Suddenly the Sea Eagles found themselves trailing through a penalty goal, before equalizing shortly thereafter. However, their profligacy in attack was once again punished with 5 minutes remaining, and were handed a 4th consecutive defeat, as well as their 2nd consecutive defeat at home. With this incredibly disappointing result, the Sea Eagles' problems were compounded by the loss of 5/8 Lachlan Croker through a suspected anterior cruciate ligament injury. This ACL injury makes Croker the 3rd Sea Eagle to have suffered such an injury, joining Curtis Soronan and Kalepi Tanganoa. Moreover, it means season over for the youngster, given that Croker plays in a position which is considered vital, as it is part of the spine of the team. There is the possibility that troubled Sea Eagle, Jackson Hastings, might be in line for a return to the starting lineup. And given the predicament that the Sea Eagles find themselves in, it might mean the coach Trent Barrett may have to recall Hastings into the side. As I mentioned in the preview to this match, as well as earlier in this article, the Sea Eagles have been the dominant team in their encounters with the Knights, especially at home, having only lost twice to the Novocastrians. And, once again, with the Knights missing a very influential player from a vital position, the Sea Eagles were favoured to continue this misery for the Knights on the northern beaches of Sydney, while arresting their own unwanted streak. Instead, the Sea Eagles were punished for being unable to capitalise on their chances. As such, the Knights were able to return to the Hunter Valley with the 2 competition points for the first time since 2006, during the days of the great Andrew Johns, and only the 3rd time in the history of their encounters with the Sea Eagles at Lottoland. In addition to claiming a rare win on Sydney's northern beaches, the Knights were able to defeat the Sea Eagles for the 2nd time this season, having toppled them at home in Golden Point in the first round. Of course, the task would seem more difficult with the notable absence of Mitchell Pearce, through a long-term injury. But the Novocastrians would defy the odds to upset the men from the northern beaches. This 2nd victory over the Sea Eagles for the season means that the Knights have done the double over the Sea Eagles in a regular season since 1999. So for all the overall dominance by the Sea Eagles, the Knights can crow about 2 things: the fact that they were able to twice do the double on the Sea Eagles, as well as the fact that one of their premiership victories was over the Sea Eagles, in thrilling circumstances. What were the big talking points you took out of Newcastle's win in Manly? Let us know in the comments below. Want to share your opinion? Why not write for us? Previous post, previous next.